Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, it's D to the J with a roll away, and I'm here. Yes, I know I've been on last week. I was on for a little bit, and I decided to come up and do a video today that's going to shock a lot of people. And when I say shock a lot of people, it may scare you, it may offend you. So I'm warning you now, this is going to be one of those straight up videos where I'm probably going to get a lot of questions. Okay, I'm letting you know now. It's going to be one of those things where I'm going to cover a lot of topics. I'm going to cover a lot of things, but I'm not going to spend a lot of great detail on why I'm covering this. Okay, first thing for the first thing on top of my list. Okay, if a person has a problem with my name of my program, my CP does not define me. If you can't take 5 minutes to go read my description about what my show's about, and you can't see that cerebral palsy is what the CP is about, screw you. I don't have time for you. Okay? Point blank. I'm not playing to cater to people anymore. I am tired of people taking advantage of my good name saying that I'm doing something I shouldn't do because I need to change my name. I have went in and I have physically changed it to cerebral palsy in parentheses, and people are still questioning it. Okay? It is an abbreviation for cerebral palsy. Look it up in the freaking dictionary. Okay? And you will see in my description it says cerebral palsy. Okay? That's the first thing. Second thing, when am I going to relaunch? My CP does not define me. January 1st, 2025. I'm going to launch my CP with a New Year's show that's going to knock your block off. So get ready, because it's coming. Uh, my book, next thing, Breaking Through Barriers with Cerebral Palsy. When's it going to launch? January. Do I have a specific date yet? Before the 15th. Okay? I will let you know order details as soon as I launch it. My CD. What I need from people right now is stream. I need you to go to Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, every musical platform you can think of, and stream My Chair, capital M, lowercase y, capital C, lowercase HAIR, and also stream Just a Little More Time. Every word is capitalized except A. Just is capitalized with a capital J, lowercase a, little is capitalized with a uppercase L, more capitalized with uppercase M, time, Time, capitalized with a uppercase T. All right, go and stream those for me. Help me out. All right. Now, I titled this, What Does It Take to Be a Real Man? All right. So let me start off by saying this. I am not trying to create a stereotype here, okay? But I've always been one in every show that I do. And I say this on my profile. I try my best to always do what I say I'm going to do because my word is something that cannot be taken away from me. My word is what I have control of. I have control of what comes out of my mouth. What I don't have control of is other people. Okay? They can form and think and relate and blockade and hate and troll, and they can go and do what they want to do. Okay? That's them. When you have spent your whole life, or most of it, trying to make people like you, you realize what a waste of time that actually is. Because if someone can't or won't like you for who you are, they are not worth your time. I'm telling you now, there are people that will make you think they like you just so they can destroy you. I know I know who and what these people are and why they do it. They want what you have. What does it take to be a real man or woman or person? The ability to stand up in front of them and be proud of yourself. Stand up being an action, not physically standing up in front of them. Being able to say, you know what, you can't hurt me. I don't care if you like me. It doesn't matter to me how you feel about me. Move on. I'm still going to move forward without hurting them and trashing the crap out of them. Now, can you dig a little bit? Yeah, you can dig a little bit. Can you hurt a little bit? Yeah, you can hurt a little bit, but that's on you. Okay, I want to try not to do that. What makes a person a real person is the attitude inside of them and the passion that comes out when they're hurt. See, passion gets confused. When someone says I have a lot of passion, passion can come across as aggressive. Passion can come across as overbearing. Passion can come across as cocky. And by the way, if you want to comment on this, join in. I'd love to have comments right here. All of that can happen. Cocky, aggression, passive aggression, it can come off as a know-it-all. But when it's real passion and you're not trying to hurt somebody, you're trying to get a message across, but you realize that you've been hurt in the past. So you can't take every relationship that you've had in the past and move it forward to your other relationships. You got to let that go. I spent 20 years trying to make people like me before I had to change my way of thinking. 20 years. I'm 42 years old. I spent 23 years, almost half my life, trying to make people like me because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I thought I was supposed to be the center of the room all the time, full throttle, funny, no pain, no crying, show no weakness, nothing. Let me define being weak. Being weak is not being real. Hiding behind yourself because you're too scared to show your real emotion. Being weak is not being real. Hiding behind yourself because you're too afraid to show your real emotion. How many of us men have been told, don't cry, you're tough, you're rugged. Men don't show emotion. A bullshit. Okay? That's a big heaping pile of bullshit. And that right there is a true statement. Charles, that hurt me for so long right there that I didn't know how to live my life because I was living. See, I realized I was living my life for other people. You cannot live your life for other people. And this is going into a couple shows that I've done in the past about living your life for others instead of living your life for yourself. But all this ties into one thing. What kind of person are you? Are you trying to fit into a mold to just fit in and be okay? Because I'm going to tell you something. That's not life. Be original, be unique, and be yourself. That's life. Okay? My brother, as much as my brother pisses me off, I will say this. My brother is one of the most unique people I know in my entire life because he doesn't care what people think. And to be able to turn that off is the hardest thing that I've learned recently. And I mean just recently, within the past 6 months, maybe. And you notice I look down at my wife when I say that because she's seen me and knows about me over the past 3 years. So when you spend your whole life trying to care about what everybody else thinks, it's a waste of time and energy. But see, for me to turn it off, I thought was impossible until this happened. Now I'm going to give you a scenario. I'm going to tell you about the scenario. I'm going to make it quick, okay? A friendship is never one-sided. Again, done a show on that. Not going to spend a lot of time on this. A friendship should never be one-sided. It's supposed to be somewhat equal. Maybe not 50-50, but somewhat equal, okay? If you spend all your time communicating and you spend all your time reaching out and you address that friend and they're not able to do that, are they really the friend you want? Okay. Now I've asked my brother this, and again, my brother is so honest, it's brutal. But here's the thing. When you're that honest, you're not hiding behind anything. You're not hiding behind who you are. And I realize in the past 6 months, I've finally stopped hiding behind who I am. The weird part about life is when you convince yourself you're okay, most of the time, that is when you're most vulnerable. I can call my brother right now and ask my brother any question in the world. No matter what that question is, whether I like the answer or not, whether my brother is a pain in the butt or not, whether we communicate or not, he's going to give me his answer. His answer is going to come from him as it is, straightforward, straight like an arrow, and you can evaluate that answer. Now, you can take it or leave it, okay? But his answer is going to be right according to him because that's the way he rolls. That's the honesty that he uses. He doesn't have to please anybody else. See, we have got to stop pleasing others to satisfy ourselves and make us think that's going to make us feel better. You've got to stop giving 100% and receiving 10. That is not a friendship. Charles said this. My last episode of my podcast was on this subject. Actually, I interviewed my adopted father. Epic interview. Historic moment for me. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad you got a chance to do that. And when you get down and dirty with yourself, and let's be real for a minute, it takes a while to peel back my layers. I'm pretty much of an open book, but if you don't really know me, you're going to think a lot of things before you realize what the hell's really going on. Hey, Brownisha, how are you? To be honest, if we could actually be real with ourselves and to each other, the world would be a lot easier to get through. My brother can tell you what he wants in a woman, what he wants in a job, what he wants to eat, how he feels, and it's boom, 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 Why do I keep that Why do I keep referencing my brother? Because I thought my brother was stoned. My brother's not stoned. My brother's real. And that's kind of where I have to go when I get this bullshit thing, and I'm sorry guys, of trying to make everybody else happy. I don't like crying. I keep it in. Most people do. That's most people's interpretation of what they're supposed to do.
I was like that.
Kim does that. She does not show emotion. Until she met me, she did not show emotion at all. To be real with yourself is to lose all that wall crap.
I still sometimes don't.
But again, that's harder to do than it says. The other day, I was sitting there and I said to myself, if I let all my walls down, and I said this to Kim,
Thank you, Laura.
um, I said, if I let all my walls down, I'm afraid of the anger and loss of control that would spill out. You know, baby, no. You know, I look at this and I see people on here now, and this is a topic that a lot of people, baby, hush. A lot of people broach, but they back off of it real quick because it's a tender topic and it steps on a lot of toes. Okay, we are not in this world for people. I'm going to tell you the 3 reasons we're in this world. Okay, no, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to tell you the 3 reasons why I am in this world. To live my life the best I can, to do the best I can, and to create some sort of positive impact on everything around me. Now, I don't know what others want. I can't speak for others. I can't go in to your brains and say, what does Charles want? What does Brownisha want? What does Michael want? What does Laura want? I can't see that. That is what we spend our lives trying to figure out. Most of it is who we are. My brother is 47, about to be 48, about to be 49, one of those. It did not take him long to figure out who he was. And I commend him for that because the way he's been is pretty much straight arrow all the way through. There have been some minor changes because life is not easy when you have a disabled brother. Now, life is not easy when you grow up with a disabled brother or a disabled sibling, and it's not easy on the other person. My brother went through a lot. He did. But the difference now, see, our age gap was a big difference when it started. Hey, Kelly, we're doing well. Thank you for asking.
Hi, Kelly.
It became more of an understanding. We became closer as we got older. And I understand a lot of the things he meant that when he told me as a 15-year-old or a 17-year-old or a 20-year-old, I took into offense. But I see now kind of where, I'll give you a classic example, looking to get a van. And I knew, I said, no, let me call my brother on this. And I called my mom because I was going to talk to her, and Chuck took the phone, and I'm glad he did, because what he did was he laid it out from point A to as many points as he needed to make. Now, he said, you're a man, you do what you want to do, you're going to do what you want to do anyway, but this is the suggestion I want to give you. And we talked about it, and it wasn't he thought that I thought he was trying to be a dick. I said, no, I get it. I get it. I don't know if my brain is receiving things different now. I don't know if I'm seeing things different now. I don't know if I'm just tired of the bullshit I've been putting up with for the excess last 25 years. But I'm tired of people. For the first time in my life, I am tired of people. I'm tired of trying to convince you to be my friend, convince you to follow me on Facebook, convince you. I don't need that. I don't need it. You want to follow me? Follow me. You don't? You want to watch my show? Watch it. You like it? You like it. You don't? You don't. I don't care. I am here for those that want to be here and that are dedicated to what I do, not because they're dedicated to it, but because they believe in what I'm doing and they see that it's making some sort of positive impact. We spend most of our lives searching for something. Searching for something. The true meaning of life. What is the true meaning of life?
Your life.
Be true to yourself. That is the true meaning of life. Most of us spend so much time searching for who we are, and we don't let ourselves out of our premature little box that we're in. See? All right, let me give you an example. You're 3 years old, okay? Your parents hold your hand when you cross the street. Look both ways, okay? Make sure not to get goop on your shirt. Make sure to use your spoon and fork. Da-da-da-da-da. You go to school, you learn your arithmetic and your division and your reading and your writing and your government and your blah, 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 and your blah, blah, blah. That is structure, okay? You have all of that. School and college and all of that gives you structure. And we want to spend time with lunch with our friends, throwing chicken patties at each other because we know what's best. We don't want to listen to teachers or what adults have to say because they're authoritative. And we want to go against authoritative figures. Thank God I wasn't like that. Thank God I had a mother that raised me and that threatened to beat my butt if I didn't straighten up. My mother spanked me twice. Probably should have spanked my ass a lot more, but she spanked me twice because I straightened up and flew right. Sometimes I flew left right into the goalpost, which hurt like hell. But I tell you what, you learn from your mistakes. And if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're a stubborn sumbitch. Okay? I told you, this is not going to be one of those videos you're used to. I'm tired of sugarcoating things for people. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to impress you. I want to give you something that you can take home now. Why do squirrels save up nuts for the winter?
To get fat?
To get fat so they don't starve. Okay? A squirrel saves up nuts. A bear will go and eat berries and grass and all this and fish and salmon and hibernate for the winter. Okay? Now you think about something. We as people complain about our jobs, about our workplaces, about the jobs we have. What about the ones that want them that don't have them? What about the people that want to work that can't? Because they're looked at as individuals who can't right off the bat, and you have to prove yourself. Now, I don't mind proving myself if I'm given a chance to. We don't mind proving ourselves if we're given a chance to. Now, am I trying to make a sob story? No. I'm just saying, be thankful for what you have, because if you wake up tomorrow and don't have it, where would you be? What makes a man, a woman, a real woman, a person, a real person? Life. My brother has said this to me 100 times. And it took me 43.8 yeore. 0.8. We're in month 8. We're in month 8 right now. Month 9. 42.9 years to realize. That's life, bro.
Wow, look at his message.
That's it right there, Charles. That's it right there. I'm gonna share that one. People had pussyfooted around me all my life due to my disability. I spent 9 full years bi- biding my self identity. Mm.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here. You know, if you realize, or if we as people realize how fragile our lives actually are, and how much I got you, Charles. Uh, how much little time we've got left on this earth. It is about to be 2025. I said today to Kim, I graduated in 2001. That was 23 years ago. 23 years. My white ass said, where in the hell did the time go? You look up and you're 43 years old wondering, what the hell am I going to do with my life? Now, am I wondering that right now? No. Am I thankful for what I have? Yes. But I want to share something with you guys. And this is the core value of what I want to share with you. This is why I brought up my brother for so many. My brother was right about a lot of shit in this life. You know why? Because he's gone through it. When somebody else tries to teach you something and they've made the mistakes before, whether it's your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, your brother, your sister, and they're older than you, and it feels like you're getting the lecture of, oh, dear God, I got to hear this again. Think about something. Once you get out of school, once you get out of college, your life is officially fucked. Why do I say that? Because you have no more structure. You are on your own. There's no more principal, no more detention, no more teacher, no more. There's rent check, boss, life. You got to put food on your table. You got to pay your bills. You got to live. You got to survive. It becomes a method of survival. And people are playing around like, I got this. Life ain't nothing but a game. Folks, you only live once. We're not going to get another chance. You come back as a goat, that's a bad idea. I'm telling you. Reincarnate all you want to. Think what you want to. I get so many trips around the sun. That's it. I brought up my brother and I brought up my mom because there was a lot of, son, you've got to prepare for this. One of the greatest things my mom did was sit me down and try to prepare me for life. And Walter, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. I just want to say this, and I want to say it out loud. Guys, life is going to be what you make it. And it may have taken me 43 years to tell my brother this. And I know he's not on Facebook watching this, but thanks. I owe you quite a bit. I owe my mom everything. Look, and I'm going to say, guys, Stop taking time for granted. Please. If you learn nothing else in this video, learn this. The time that you got with the people you love are short. Jesus, Lord Almighty. My grandparents are dead. Everyone in my family, except for one uncle, my mom, and my brother, are dead. Every single freaking person. Now, if that ain't a wake-up call, my mom will be 70 next May. Guys, if you're near your mom or your dad or the person that takes care of you, hug them, kiss them, and thank them. Because they didn't have to do it. They didn't have to do it. My mom could have gave me up. My brother could have threw me down the stairs. He did that, but not hard. I'm just saying, my brother could have threw me down the stairs hard, out the window. Thank your family. And I don't care what kind of family you have. I don't care about adoption. I don't care if you got 2 dads and 6 moms and 44 cousins. Be thankful for what you got. Because when you wake up tomorrow and it's gone, and you forget to tell them that you love them, it's too fucking late. If this scares some of you and some of you don't like it, you better wake up. Because life is not all unicorns and rainbows, people. It's real. And that I think, with this last conversation my brother and I had, I think that's what sparked a lot of this. You know, you think credit cards are going to get you out of trouble? No. No, they get you $12,000 in debt, and then you're stupid, and you're 44 years old and do something stupid again. Not as bad, but you think you learn from it. You think you learn from it. You think. My poor little dog knows I'm upset, and she's just whimpering because she can sense that I'm upset.
A 65-pound English bulldog.
Yeah, well, I still are a little dog, but you know, life. You know, people look at it as they can just run through life and get whatever they want. I'm gonna just play the lottery one time and win it, and if you're lucky enough to do that, for God's sake, save your money. Save your dignity, save your sanity, save whatever you can, because life is too freaking short. So many of us think we're going to live until the end of time. Baby, it's all right. I literally realized today that almost half my life is over. If I live to 100, half my life is almost gone. Am I happy with my life so far? Yes. Do I wish I would have done things differently? Yes. Do I regret it? No, because I want to learn from it. See, that's where my mom and my brother and my grandparents did right. I've learned from a lot of my mistakes, because in my 20s, I would have just went out and done something and said, what y'all say, I don't care, I'm going to do it. Now, at least I'll ask. But not only that, you've got to evaluate what you're doing. I tried to join the Canadian Army just out of high school because I didn't know what to do with myself. 6 years later of trying, they allow me due to my mindset alone to work for them. Hard work pays off in the end. Charles, how many times have you heard me say you get out of life what you put into it? You know, and I'm going to mention something about Charles real quick. I have a lot of dedicated fans on when I come up. Most of the time when I come up, Charles is the first person there. He has been with me. I started My CP Does Not Define Me 6 years ago. It was 6 years ago this September. It'll be September 15th. Will be 6 years. And again, people like Winnie Wilson, the Wilson family, Kelly's Choice. I'm so thankful for what they did for me to get my foot in the door. But I got to tell you that Charles has been there since the very beginning, and a lot of my fans that have stuck around. Please don't think that I don't know who you are. You know, a lot of you come up. Some of you don't even comment. Some of you just share. Some of you don't say anything. And again, Miss Winnie said this so many times. You got to do what you got to do because you don't know who's watching, because they may not say anything at all. They might not say a damn word, and you may not know who is watching, but it may be somebody sitting there getting every ounce that you're giving. But you got to be you, and you got to hit the topic that you want to hit it hard, and go with it. Because if you don't, nobody else is going to do it. Do more with your life. Don't just sit inside your comfort zone. I got about 8 more minutes, and I want to hit this hard. Please, guys, don't just sit in your comfort zone. Don't just do one thing and think that you're happy. If you want to put out a musical album, put out a musical album. Research it. Read about it. If you want to write a book, write a book. Get out a pen and paper and start writing down ideas. Get something on pen and paper so you can get something together. Let somebody read it with you. Go over it with you. If you want to do something, you want to learn to drive, listen. You got all these people in the world telling you you can't. You won't. You'll never. You'll always fall short. I'm telling you now, fuck all that. You better wipe that shit out of your mind, because if you don't, and you listen to those people and you stop following your dreams, stop. You got to live life the way you want to, and you've got to do what you need to do to make yourself happy. And listen, social media is great, but that ain't all there is to life. Not Facebook, not Instagram, not YouTube, not X, I don't care what you got. Social media is not life. Sometimes you got to live outside of social media. And don't rely on social media to get the reaction that you want. Now, is social media great? Can social media go viral? Yes, it can. But understand one thing. Once you say it, it's out there and you can't take it back. You know, I keep saying this because I don't think people realize how big this is. I'm trying to get into a program for independent skills, so that way if something happens to my mom, then she knows I am taken care of. That is smart. That is one of the smartest things that you can do, Kelly. And a lot of people, They wait too long. They wait until their mom is elderly or older and can't half move to do something for themselves because they think that their parents are going to live forever. I'm telling you, life is short, people. Don't let people tell you you can't when you know in your heart of hearts you can. You know, I literally have been told no a million times, but I've been told yes too, and I've been given chances. You know, I didn't become a black belt by sitting on my ass. I became a black belt by working my ass off. I didn't get 4 students, 5 students by sitting there not talking. I got 5 students to teach by opening my mouth and by seeing the need. Charles did not compete in wheelchair boxing by thinking he could do it. He did it. He trained for years. I know what it takes to push through the wall that everybody else says you can't get through. My mother never told me you can't. My mother never told me you won't. My brother never said don't. Don't do it. He said, you got to give it your all. Life's going to be hell, but you got to go for it. Same thing my mom said, just in a different way. If you wait too long, life will pass you by and you will miss the ship that you were supposed to be on because someone else told you no. And this is parents included. Mm-hmm. Some parents spend their whole life preaching to their child, you can't, you won't, stay here, do this, da 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 da, we need you. You got a 49-year-old still waiting to figure out what they need to do, a 60-year-old still trying to wait and figure out what they need to do. It is time for y'all to wake up and realize you got to live your own life. What are you going to do? What are you going to do if something happens to your mom and dad tomorrow and you've been living there with no life skill? Don't know how to do your own laundry, how to do the dishes, how to walk around. Thank you, Charles. I am so thankful for my mom and my family. Most of them, God rest their soul now. But they got me off on the right foot. And my brother was hard on me, man. We fought all the time when I was younger. But I fought because I thought he was trying to hold me back. No, he wasn't trying to hold me back.
Baby, stop crying.
He was trying to move me forward so I could see what was in front of me. When you have a job, hold on to it. I don't care if you're flipping burgers at McDonald's. I don't care if you're working at a cell phone company. I don't care if you're selling cars. I don't care if you're selling paintings on the side of the road. Hold on to what you got. Because when it's gone, SSI don't give you much.
No, they don't.
Some people live off the government and sit on their ass and think they got it easy. because they got food stamps and SSI. When all that shit runs out, then what are you going to do? Then what are you going to do? What does it take to be real? To learn to advocate for yourself. To learn that you are important enough to do what you need to do to make your life right. You got to be the person that you were born to be. I don't know who this is for. I don't know who this is for. And my wife is taking care of the dog, so she's not crying. Go ahead and take her out, babe. I think she's got to go. But I want to say this before I go. For those of you that have been on this broadcast and that have said nothing but shared the video, but listened to what I've had to say,
thank you.
Thank you. Because that means the world to me.
Mm-hmm.
And as I leave you tonight, I want to leave you with this.
Baby, stop. No.
The coming attractions in your mind are the previews of the rest of your life.
I like that.
The coming attractions in your mind are the previews to the rest of your life. Nobody knows what's up here but you. They can't take it away from you. They can't change it. They can't rearrange it. They can't not show it. Because it's your preview. Your lifestyle. Your choice. You want to be the best-selling author? Be it. You want to be the martial artist? Be it. You want to be the singer and put out music? Be it. You want to have your own talk show? Start talking. Do not be silent. Remember and understand two things. There will be thousands of those who will tell you no. You can show them yes.
Your mama's real.
You can show them yes. Thank you guys for putting up with me for 47 minutes and 58 seconds. I love you. I hope that all of you, man, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, DJ. I just shared this on my podcast page. Man, the Sit Down Podcast Show. Thank you so much. Awesome. I really appreciate that. My gosh, Laura, I learned so much about loving one another, compassion, and faith from my disabled big brother who helped my mom raise me and siblings from babies and loved us unconditionally until he passed away 2 years ago. He was the most loving person I had ever known. My mom was always a giver of the community and service and a service worker, but the community was not there when she was home alone and sick with dementia. I'm a retired nurse of 32 years. I live alone and help my family and friends. I have no one to call on. You know, let me just touch on this real quick. Okay, I got you, bro. That right there is a true statement, and I want to comment on what Laura just said. There are all those members. You know, when you got big families or you got people that, I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you when you need me. Man, if your mom's sick, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there. That is the biggest load of bull crap I have ever heard in my life. That right there are people that will tell you that till your eyes turn brown. and you end up doing it yourself. My mom and brother went through it. I'm not going to go into details on that. I'm just going to say, I know for a fact that people will spit that crap in your eye and say, we'll be there for you, we'll be there for you, we'll be there for you. And when the time comes, they buried so deep in the stuff they got to worry about. They ain't got time to worry about you. Sometimes it's a freaking conversation. Sometimes it's just a meal. Sometimes it's just a shoulder to cry on. Because you deal with so much shit every day that you can't hold it by yourself.
Yep.
Sometimes all you need is for somebody just to listen. Sometimes all you need is someone to be there to give you a break for 5 minutes just to freaking breathe. And you can't get it. But Laura, there's somebody who knows what you're doing, and they see what you're doing, and you will be compensated for all the time that you spent when all those that said they would be there for you and failed. And I'm going to tell you now, you're not a failure at all.
How? Mama.
You're a warrior that has survived and done what they're supposed to do. And I appreciate everything that you've done. And I don't know, coming from me, if that means anything at all. And to tell you the truth, it doesn't have to. But you matter, and everything that you do matters.
Yes.
I hope that this has reached somebody tonight in some way, in some form. I haven't been on for an hour in a long time. I haven't given an hour to social media in a long time. I took a long break because I had to rejuvenate myself, guys. I was tired. You do 130 some shows, 40 some shows, you get tired. But I'm coming back bigger, better, and I'm coming back stronger. Thank you, sweetheart. And I hope you know that I meant every word that I said. And so, and reach out to Charles. He's helpful. And he knows a lot about that. And the people you can get in contact with for the independent centers and all that, reach out to him. And keep me updated on what you're doing. Message me. I know you have me on Facebook. Message me. I don't want to disappoint my fans, but in the same sense, I want my fans to realize that we all have lives. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you have to take that break from social media, because if not, social media will break you. Mm-hmm. Some people post things on Facebook that don't need to be posted.
Yes.
They say things on social media that don't need to be said. But some people use social media the right way. And you can't blame the bad apples and say that social media is bad for a few people that misuse it. Man, I'm so thankful for that, Charles. Seriously, that is awesome. That is awesome. I want this to move across the world. I want this to go to all, because this applies everywhere. This is not just in the United States. We are so lucky. We are so lucky. Damn, I didn't think I was going to go an hour. We are so lucky in this country. We have running water. We have electricity. We have gas. We have food. There are people starving. Don't know where their next meal is coming from. They're not worried about what they're going to do. They're going to worry about how they're going to survive. That's what I was talking about earlier. You got to be thankful for what you got. It literally blows my mind the degree society has come to. And people are wanting $600 shoes and everything on the planet. I want. Give me. When is the last time you've taken a step back and thank God for what you got? Or thank whoever you believe in for what you've got? And took a second and took a deep breath and been joyful because of where your life is. I said, what does it take to be a real man, real woman, real person? To be true to thyself. To be true to thyself. You can hide behind rocks and boulders. You can change your face, hair color. But I'm going to tell you something. You can't hide what's in your heart. And once people find out that, it's too late. Because eventually, who you really are is going to come out. What your real intentions are is going to come out. You can play and act for so long, but eventually, the truth is going to come out. And my brother may never see this. My brother may never watch this episode, may never get on Facebook, may never know what I said. But I said it in truth. And I don't expect any kind of return or any kind of thank you for it, because I'm thanking him, because what he gave me and what my parents gave me, my grandparents, instilled me for the rest of my life. And if I die tomorrow, I would die happy, because I know that I've given 100% when it mattered most. And I gave what I could. See, you had, even if it's not 100%, giving all that you can is worth it. And I think that's one thing in this life that people need to realize. And, you know, people don't vote in this country. Less than 8% of people vote in this country. Less than 8% of people give blood in this country, and it's needed. You got clothes that you don't wear anymore, shoes that are too tight. Donate them. Start a food drive. Give back to your community. Let's wake up and make the world better by giving just a little bit instead of taking. Be true to yourself and to each other, and the world will be a much easier place to live. Guys, thank you so much for spending the last hour with me. Thank you for hearing for what I had to say. Thank you for your comments. For those of you who are new to the show and have shared it and done all that, thank you so much. If you want to follow me, I am on Facebook at DJ Carter Jr. You can follow me on Instagram at mycp does not define me. Also, you can follow. Thank you, Kelly. You can follow me on YouTube at mycp does not define me. You can follow me on Twitter at mycp does not define me. I'm sorry, X. Please, you want to ask a question and get a real answer? Ask me one. I'll answer it. I'll wait. I'm here to show that our lives are important. Remember that. Because if you wake up tomorrow and your life's over, you won't get a second chance.